Hi and welcome to another episode of RickabyTV, designed to demystify the world of accounts and tax and to help your business grow. Coming to you this episode from Comms Corner in Claridge Court. You can see behind me is our telephone system up on the wall, and down below that is our server. There's a real buzz in here today, and that's literal. Wanted to talk to you this episode about the security of your data and of your information. We are all increasingly reliant on our IT infrastructure and on the security of our data, and most businesses now would suffer hugely if there was any issue around any of those. So what do you need to consider? Well, the basics are really the security of your data. Make sure that with your internet connection, that is only one way, that nobody can come into your system. So make sure that your firewall's in really good stead, and that it's, the software and your antivirus are all up to date. There's so much in the media about viruses, etc. We need to make sure that we're protecting ourselves from that. Also, backups. Everybody knows that they should be doing backups, but it's surprising how many people you speak to whose backups aren't done on a regular basis. Make sure they're being done regularly. It depends on your business and how much information you're changing as to how frequently you need to do that. We actually have a backup taken every 15 minutes, but then we're doing an awful lot. We've got a lot of people and there's a lot of changes to our data. But do give that some careful thought. Your backups need to be stored off-site. If there's a fire at your premises, what would happen? You'd lose the backups if they're sitting next to the server, or if somebody broke in and stole your server, the chances are, just out of spite, they would take your backup tapes as well. Also, if you've got backup tapes or you're backing up to the cloud or however you're doing your backups, make sure that you can actually restore them. They are worth absolutely nothing if, when it comes to actually needing them, they don't work. If you don't know how to restore them, speak to your IT people, because they will be able to check them for you. Finally, make sure, mentioning IT support, that you've got a good IT support contract. We have really great service from a company based in Chesham. They're 15-20 minutes away from us, and most of what they do for us is all done remotely, but there have been instances where they need to come on site, and because they're quite close, they can do that very quickly. If you're local to us and you need a hand and need an introduction, then obviously we'd be very happy to share, but do make sure that you do have the right people on call and that they do understand what you need from them. You should be able to call them and say, something strange is happening, can you help? And they should be happy to do so. You shouldn't feel intimidated to call them and that anything is too niggly. They should be able to help you. Finally, just make sure that you do have a plan. If there was a fire at your premises, what would you do? How would you make sure that you could start trading again very quickly? We had an instance a couple of years ago now, thankfully, where we lost 2 hard drives on our server. We were back up and running within a couple of hours. So no one's infallible. It's always likely that something is going to happen the longer you're in business. You need to make sure that you've got a plan to deal with it if the worst should happen. I'll leave you with that cheery thought. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you very soon.